Hello, my name is Janice Pfeffer and I'm a member of the ESC Scientists Tomorrow. I'm delighted to welcome you to Cardiovascular Research Onlife interview. Today we'll be interviewing Professor Prof Pfeffer, Professor of Medicine at Harvard Medical School. So Professor Pfeffer, welcome and thank you for participating in this interview.
Thank you, Jyoti.
Firstly, what do you consider to be your most important discovery so far?
So I find it fascinating. I'm meeting a young scientist, a woman interested in inflammation following myocardial infarction. And I think my late wife, Janice, started this field in some respects by teaching people that an infarct is not an all or none process, and that there's a lot of changes in ventricular structure following days and weeks in experimental myocardial infarction. She was doing it in rats. And she found that even after the infarct was histologically healed, there's a process of ventricular cavity enlargement. She called that remodeling. And that became something that everybody is using nowadays. But that really stemmed from her work.
And so in the field of cardiovascular pharmacology, what do you think will be sort of the next important steps for novel drug discovery?
Well, I think what we're learning is that the animal models get us to a point that we can ask questions, and then clinical trials really negotiate what came out of this. And I think in the diabetes field, we were locked into lower glucose is better, lower glucose is better. And the outcome was lower glucose. So it was kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. And in the last few years, they were forced to show cardiovascular safety. And in showing cardiovascular safety, you needed larger trials. And we found out that the SGLT2 inhibitors improved prognosis and reduced heart failure. So this has become a fascinating field that people are now studying these drugs in patients who don't even have diabetes. So I'm going to show you how this is, or tell you, this is a clinical trial that will now go back to basic scientists like you, and you're going to have to figure out what is it about this. So it's a what I call a non-vicious cycle. Information, preclinical, clinical, reinforcing each other. It's a lot of fun.
So in terms of heart failure, do you think there's a place for personalized treatment of heart failure?
Well, there's a place for personalized treatment of everything, and we're on the forefront of that. So, for example, heart failure. The reason we have preserved and reduced ejection fraction is some things work in one aspect and not in the others. There are going to be more and more ways to phenotype and then genotype people so that we're giving the right drug to the right person. Clinical trials give us the average result, the median result. But we're going to have to over-dissect these. But it then means a lot of maturity. We're going to have to not do trials for everybody. And we're going to have to select people more carefully.
Thank you, Professor Pfeffer, for joining us today. And thank you to our viewers.
Thank you.